YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video. Guys, I'm blessed to be here creating this content for you guys. The last video that we posted up in regards to TV content was us talking about the 2021 LG C1 OLED. It's been an amazing TV and I am having some slight issues with the TV. Nothing that's too crazy, and I believe they'll all be able to get ironed out. Now, from that video, I told you guys that Tuesday, which was yesterday, today is Wednesday as I'm filming this content right here. I said that I would be bringing you content following up about any type of image retention because this video series is made to be more educational than anything else. I typically don't have one TV as a main driver for more than a year, and the C1 has been very special for me, right? It's currently sitting in my bedroom. It's 77 inches. It's massive and it looks amazing. I'm seeing some light image retention. And so I just wanted to follow up with what you can expect basically if you bought one of these TVs down the road, a year, 2, 3 years. And I also wanted to show you some content in regards to how you can find those type of things. When we made the video Friday, that's what was to be expected for Tuesday. You're actually going to get that upload tomorrow, Thursday. So if you follow my community feed, I apologize for not being able to have that video out yesterday. Today, I'm going to be filming it after I film this video, and then tomorrow you'll be getting that content. All right, so we're going to be shooting this thing pretty raw. I'm going to have this video in a position where there's going to be a lot of content overlapping the content that you're seeing now. So as I'm giving you raw, live talking points, I'll shoot in some videos here and there after I'm done talking to you guys about like my overall opinion about this television. In my opinion, you can't really review a TV as soon as you get it. And I know that's really the popular thing. And it's crazy because I'm actually going to start doing that because it's going to help me get further with engagement on the channel by putting reviews out a lot quicker. A lot of my content is more so like behind the scenes type of stuff. Which again, the video tomorrow is going to be more or less that, with me just kind of going over the watch time hours and things like that and whatever issues I've had with the TV. But I am going to start shooting content by way of reviewing things sooner, not like as soon as I get it. It'll still be the initial unboxing and then there'll be content in between. But the reviews, the full reviews are going to be coming a lot sooner just because, you know, I want to get picked up on an algorithm so that people can know that they can come here and see a trusted source from a place that doesn't rent TVs. They're not like given or anything like that. It's just like, I'm just a cat that loves TVs. In any event, the C1 released in 2021, in my opinion, it's an amazing TV built off of the platform that was the C9. Listen, guys, I've bought every single OLED. I have not missed one from LG since they've come out. And the first flat one was back in 2015. I also did have the curved one that was in 2014. That's the EG9600 and then the EF9500. They were amazing TVs. Now me, I'm a gamer. If you guys have been following me now or, you know, plus 10 years ago when I had a channel before, I like to play competitive fighting games. So I like my TVs to perform at a certain level of latency. LG never really seemed to could get that under control. And that's why I always stuck with buying like a flagship Samsung also, because they had latency down pat, the LED TVs. However, the OLEDs are just a spectacular piece of technology. You're essentially looking at a panel that's going to be super thin, aesthetically beautiful, and you're not going to have a crazy backlight system, which means essentially your blacks are going to be perfect almost, right? I can remember back when the EF9500 came out, everybody said it was perfect blacks, perfect blacks, perfect blacks. We weren't concerned about crushed blacks until we started seeing newer OLEDs. Then we seen like, okay, so they can have blacks and they can look black, but you know, not crushed, right? And so, you know, as the time have gone on with these TVs, LG has continued to pioneer and to make great strides, and we have Sony making them, and now we have the quantum dot OLEDs. In any event, I stuck with LG, and they are still to date my favorite manufacturer for TVs. And it's because they do gaming so well, right? So the C1, again, after the C9 was the first to give us 4K at 120 hertz, a full year and a half before we even had consoles that could take advantage of such. It was an amazing platform. I liked the C9 so much. I actually still have it, but I liked it so much that when I got the CX the following year, I only had that TV about 5 years and I ended up selling it. It was just like, it didn't offer me enough. There was nothing magical about it. It was a better TV, but there was just nothing really that touched me with it. Well, the C1 delivered again. it was the first time I bought a TV in 77-inch. Every TV that I had bought prior had been 65-inch. And, you know, it was just like, I was like, you know, I'm going to actually make the jump to get me a larger scale TV. And the TV just checked all the boxes, man. It had super low input latency. I mean, the blacks were pretty good. It was just amazing, right? Just really, really good. I didn't have to concern myself with like NVIDIA G-Sync or variable refresh rate not working out of the box. It was just an amazing package. And so since I've had the TV, it's just been a godsend. It's been really good. So much to the point where I decided to hold on to it a little bit longer in my living room, which is where I'm at now because of the size, right? I did get the Sony Alpha 95 King. That's the A95K. That, in my opinion, is the best TV from a look visual perspective last year, you know, and I got it in 65-inch. And I initially started with putting it in my bedroom. And then when I started like really adoring that picture quality, coming down into the living room where I had the 77 C1, it was like, I'm starting to see the difference. So what I did was I made an executive choice and I switched them. So the 77 C1 is up in the bedroom. Now I'm saying this because I've been asked what happened to the TV. And that's kind of what, like, you know, kicked this new content about the C1 off, right? So right now I changed my living arrangement. My seating has been adjusted. And so I've got myself in place where I'm sitting about 8 feet or less, maybe 7.5 feet from my Alpha 95 King. Again, that's Sony A95K. That's the 2022 quantum dot that you wanted to buy if you wanted the best looking TV from a company that was going to give you more consistency. I do have the S95B also from Samsung. Amazing TV, great TV. Brought us the first look at quantum dot from a TV perspective, but I digress. I have the 65 in my living space now, and I enjoy the C1 still. Great TV, like I said, super large. It's in a bedroom. It doesn't feel overpowering, but I'm to the point now where, you know, I'm starting to notice some image retention. Now, I want to start off by really talking or going into this next segment talking about, you know, some of the things you can expect with the video tomorrow. We're going to be talking about image retention, right? Now, image retention, screen burn-in, sort of two different things. These TVs do have an amazing way of helping you to safeguard yourself from that. And if you should use any of those safeguards, then you will have your panel protected. I went into some of those things in the video Friday. If you want to scale back and check that out, that content is there for you guys to check out. But the TV has been good to me. There's been some light retention. It's something that I think can be fixed and addressed. And again, we'll cover that in tomorrow's video. But outside of that, I've loved it. Just playing games on it is great. Watching movies on it is great. And by the way, when I watch movies, most of the content I'm using, I'm streaming from Plex. And so I've got a dedicated PC that's going to stream up to 4K if I have the content there with Dolby Vision. And so I use an Amazon Fire Stick because it's my device of choice that I like. And the package is just really well. I mean, I like the sound on the TV, the colors, the blacks, everything is just pretty good on it. There's not much I didn't like for the TV. I felt like, you know, the level of brightness could have been higher. But in 2021, when the C1 came out, it was a good measure of brightness. You know, I wasn't looking for something that was going to overpower me because the TV that I held on prior to that was the C9. And I had also got Samsung's flagship in 2020 also. And so, you know, those were the TVs that I was holding on, where the C1 was just expected to come and it was going to be a movie room TV. And that's what it was for me. So it held out to be really great. The TV does feature all the connections you're going to want. All 4 HDMI ports are going to be 2.1. So it puts you in a position where you're not really going to be missing out on a lot. If you are playing on PC, if you're playing on console, the multitude of consoles that are there, even if you're playing on something that's, you know, 2.0, like a Nintendo Switch, it's going to take care of you there. It does have an ER connectivity. So, you know, connecting a system or receiver to it, no issues. It's just an amazing TV, really good packaging. And this TV is why I've, you know, wanted to give LG my business going forward. And so it's also why I bought a C2 and own 2 C2s now in 2022, or we're in 23 now, but I digress. Last year I bought 2022 C2 OLEDs. They're amazing TV. And I mean, essentially what they offered me was in the size of 55 an Evo panel that does actually show a little bit more brightness for me. The brightness highlights, they pop through much more better for me. And I use that TV in the gaming space. Again, the C1's so great. And then in the size, I felt like it did such a good job that the C2 in the same size would not have been a wise purchase for me to upgrade and jump to. So again, if you guys happen to see one of these TVs in your used market or in your space, inspect what you expect. What you should expect out of the TV is that there's no crazy burns, right? So, you know, doing the pattern tests, again, we'll be going over that stuff tomorrow with my TV. We did that also with the C9. If you guys didn't see, I made 2 videos. One was 12,000 hours with an OLED. One was 13,000 hours. That was the LG C9 OLED. Now, keeping in mind, at the time, the C9 was an option. We had went into the COVID phase of life. And so, you know, there was a lot of at home, a lot of TV watching. And even though I wasn't creating content on YouTube, those TVs were getting, that TV was getting utilized a lot. And ironically, I had a gentleman that responded on my 12,000 hours, and he told me he just purchased a G1 from a big box retailer, open box, right? So a TV that probably was on shelf display and being, you know, seen for many, many hours. Those TVs never get cut off, essentially. And he told me it had plus 5,000 hours. And he said because he had watched my video that, again, was titled 12,000 hours with an OLED, he was able to look at it. And he asked me if I thought he should keep it. And I said, yeah. So again, tomorrow we'll look at my C1. We'll take a look at the hours and everything like that. You know, and I just wanted to make you this content to tell you that this has been an amazing TV. And if you're a person that owns a C1, you should be very proud. I don't think the C1 technically will get replaced until 2024. Now, what I think is going to happen in 2024, I believe that the MLA technology that LG is bringing to us in 2023 this year with the G3 is going to be something that we'll see in the C model next year, right? So I think with the C4, we'll see the MLA technology. I think that's when you will start to notice that, yeah, it's time to upgrade from your C1, because there will be a level of brightness that, you know, you will expect. I really do believe that what we will see in the G3 this year will be very similar to what we'll see in the C4 the following year. It's just how it works. This is how TV technology works with LG. And I wouldn't bet anything on it. I'm not a betting person. But, you know, if history is to repeat itself, that's what we can expect. But again, this video is here just to give you a pat on the back. If you got a C1 like I do, enjoy it. Just follow me on this journey. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. And, you know, on this journey starting tomorrow, we'll see what's going on with my C1. We'll see if it can be repaired, and we'll talk about the issue so you can get a better level of education as to what I personally look for. Guys, I don't rent my TVs. I am not the guy that's going to run out and buy 1 or 2 TVs when they first come out, show them to you guys, you know, for a week or 2, and then that's it. I'm not going to shoot content in bursts. You know, I am very calculated. When I buy a TV, I own that TV. It's my TV. I'm going to have that TV. Again, I've said it before. I'll say it again. If you don't see the TVs in rotation, you can make a request, but I can assure you that they are being utilized around my household. So yeah, if you guys got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you got anything to offer to this dialogue, also leave it in the comment section. If this is your type of video and you like it, go ahead, smash a thumb up. I really would appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and consider doing so. I want you guys to be able to hit that notification bell. So tomorrow, when I get ready to shoot this content that I'm going to shoot, as soon as I'm done editing this, so like right now I'm shooting this video, and then when I'm done, I'm going to edit and render this video, and then I'm going to pull the C1 downstairs. So we're going to have some talking points about that, where I'm going to put it at. And we are going to go over the concerns that I might have with my TV and see if they mesh well with you. So I'm going to look for some engagement there, but I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless. And as I always say, Max love.